So I have to keep all that in mind. And everything is except for the mics. Let's see. Are we having? I think everything is solid. What's up, people?
What up? What
If
up?
you were
What
just on
up?
Kai's page, you saw that. We should be live on my page, on her page, on our if you know you know page. All of those pages, whatever page you are on, share it with a friend. Do that.
We are live on
We are
my
live.
page.
Can you see it?
I can see it,
Right.
guys.
So yeah,
I'm
we have
live
all these. Well, this is our first time going live on your page.
on my page.
Right?
So my people better pull up.
I know.
That's all I'm gonna
Y'all
say.
better pull up. You know what I mean? We out
My
here,
people
son.
better pull up.
We out here, B. I got you know what I'm saying? I've been watching this Wu Tang thing. So I got my little New York joints on. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that voice back. You know what I mean? I used to be pretty good at doing the, you know what I'm saying, doing the thing with the thing with the voice, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm from New York, but I can't, you know what I mean? You ain't feeling that? You ain't a little
I'm
bit?
just trying to yeah.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm you hear me talking though. I'm talking.
I hear you talking. I hear you talking. What's up, guys? Y'all know if
All right, let me
tell a friend
share
to tell a friend. Share the link if you can
to tell a friend.
to tell a friend so
Let me
we can
see.
be friends.
What does my face look like? Do I look beautiful? I actually don't look that bad. I hate it when you do that. Shout out Anna in the building. Is that pew
Anna
pew
is
pew
always
pew?
a
What is that? What is
vibe.
that? What does that mean? Are you shooting me? Did I get shot? Am I dead?
Anna's always a vibe.
You're right. Always a vibe. I'm sharing this. It's like why don't I need to share it? It's on my page. I'm gonna send it.
Right.
I'm gonna send it to some people. Anyway, we here.
Yes.
Thank you guys for
We're
being here.
here.
I know Anna's in the building. I know your parents gonna be pulling up in the building because they are day ones and they out here.
They out here.
But today we're just gonna be talking about change, dealing with stress, being overwhelmed. I think we both are in this moment of feeling stressed. So just talking about how to handle that and different things that we do to cope, and just talking to you about it. How do you feel?
Yes.
Um,
Change.
yes, change.
Change. What is change? You know what I mean? It's not always a bad thing, right?
Right.
Change. Oh,
Change
I
is a
messed up.
change is a great thing.
Change is a great thing. Change
Right.
is always, but it's funny because we're such creatures. We're still animals, right? So we're
Right.
these creatures of habit.
Right.
Hold on, as I adjust my
Habit.
mic. Habit
But
and comfort, right? But
yeah.
then we seek out new and interesting experiences.
Right.
So is it like, are we never just satisfied with where we are?
No,
Are we always wanting something new and different? But then when we get it, we long for the past.
because the grass is always greener on the other side,
Oh, it's
and
the human condition.
it is. Well, I just think that most people, like, it's easy to forget. I'm not gonna say most people. We're not gonna do that thing, but it's easy to forget and get caught up in your shit and same, and you have to be okay with change.
Right.
And so I think getting used to that. But how was your week? How's your week been? How's everything with you?
My week is good. I was actually telling. Oh, Chris said, "Oh, what happened to our video?" Oh, there we are.
Yeah, my video's fine. It's just your
Oh.
iPhone. Shout out my
Uh,
mama in the building, Linda Pitts
hey,
in the
mama.
building, the woman
I
that
will
taught me how to
tell.
love.
I will tell. Just for your mom's security,
Yeah.
I got vaccinated.
She got vaccinated, mama. I told her you was coming, mama. I told her no, I didn't. But she's
I
vaccinated.
did
You're
get
halfway though.
vaccinated.
Are you
I'm
fully?
halfway. No,
Okay.
I got my first dose this week.
Yeah.
Talking about this week.
Oh, turn off this air.
Oh,
I
take
know.
it off,
I know.
please.
So but yeah, so she got vaccinated, mama. She didn't do it for you exactly. We're just teasing. But she is now halfway vaccinated, so she's on her way. So that's good. How you feeling? Do you feel different? Do you feel what do you feel? What do you feel?
Well, my arm hurt the first 2 days. So
Buster.
yeah.
You don't hurt that bad.
I went to go sleep and I was like, oh.
Where Chris at? Shout out Chris. Chris, you didn't do your job. You should have punched her in the arm more often. It don't hurt that bad.
Chris said, how about I change my bum jersey? No, I am repping Queens, New York in the building. Queens, NYC, the Mets, New York Mets.
Do you really like the Mets, or you just got the show?
I did. I know. I grew up liking the Mets.
Okay.
Mike Piazza, Robin Ventura.
I was going to ask you names. I was going to test you. So, all right. You got
Jose
some names.
Reyes.
Right.
You know.
Go Dodgers. Shout out the Dodgers. Let's keep it real on what's really going on right now. And that was what happened in 89.
Yeah, the Dodgers. So the Dodgers, they're in the thing, right? They're in the. What's happening right now? What's happening?
Look, that's as far as I go. Go Dodgers. I know they're doing good.
I know San Francisco. They were going against San Francisco Giants recently.
Yeah, that's more than I know. So I just know they're doing good. I don't have free time. I don't get to watch TV. That's
Right.
for people with
Speaking of change,
with free time. But I did get to watch the fight though. Did you guys watch the fight? The Fury and Wilder. Did you guys watch that fight? You didn't watch it, right? You said you
I
didn't watch
didn't. I didn't get a chance, so I was working.
it. Yeah.
But I heard like
It
it was
was
intense.
it was a great fight. It was. I
Yeah?
mean, okay. Well, here's the thing. Let me put it in perspective.
Okay.
I thought it was a great fight as far as heart. I felt like it was a little sloppy. It was. I can't say it was the best technical fight I've ever seen, but I thought it was a great fight as far as like they both showed a lot of heart. They they were
A
both
lot of
tired.
heart.
It was
That's
one
what
of
you
those.
say. That's like a A for effort. That's
Right.
like
It kind of is because they both were kind of
everyone gets a trophy for participation.
kind of, but no, they really were out there trying. I mean, there's a big guys. They were tired, so
Okay.
they really were out there. And it was one of those fights where you didn't know what was going to happen. So like every punch was like, "Ooh, is that the one? Ooh, oh, somebody's gonna
Oh,
fall. Ooh," and then like, and they both got knocked down, and it was just a good fight. So it was
nice.
entertaining. It kept you on the edge of your seat. I have to admit, don't judge me,
Uh-huh.
but I hate seeing a black guy lose to anybody. so so it just hurts, and it just in my heart a little bit. I know it's slightly racist, but
No, I'm sure.
I
If he
hate
was yeah, of
I hate
course.
seeing the black guy lose, and he talked so much. He talked
Oh,
a
that's
lot,
the worst.
but going in, I knew he was going to lose. So I knew I
Why, how did you know?
because he only has one. He has like two combinations. It's the 1-2, boom, boom. Like if he hits you
Oh,
with that right hand, it's all over. But if he doesn't really have much else.
got it.
And Fury kind of frustrates him. He kind of beat him the last fight, and I just knew he was going to win.
Right.
So when he did, I just didn't expect him to knock him out.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so at that point, it was like, fine, like this. So, and I don't know, just so I had to swallow the whole like, black men are the toughest thing ever thing, and
All
I don't like
right.
doing that,
Not this round.
right? But Fury's like a tough gypsy dude. Like he grew up like fighting like wolves and shit. Like like he's he's like a
The
different
legend.
he's like a different tough. Like
Yeah.
some of these dudes that be in the hood like just fighting, but like Fury grew up like fighting like animals and like climbing trees and falling out. Like I don't
Oh,
know. He's like kind of just a rough dude in a sense.
got it. Chris said because he had zero cardio.
Right. but
So,
well, they both looked a little gassed, but I thought it was a good fight. So
dang.
what did you do it this weekend? Anything exciting aside
Oh,
from
actually, speaking of like fighting, I did a gig on Sunday, and at the gig there was this MMA fighter.
Mhm.
He was there. Liddell, Chuck Liddell. Is it Chuck
Yeah,
Liddell?
Chuck Liddell.
Liddell, and
UFC,
famous a UFC fighter. And he was at the party. He
Mhm.
was drinking. He was like, by the end of the night, he was drunk. He was talking. He was carried on, having a great time. Great guy.
Who did he
Great guy, by
fight?
the way.
Who did he fight?
The next morning,
Oh,
the
yeah.
next morning, we see that he got arrested for domestic violence
Ooh.
with his wife.
What'd you think that bitch said? No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Mama, I'm sorry. That was a joke.
No,
It was just good for TV.
but it was just crazy. I've never been in a situation where I saw the person in question the
Right.
night, like
The night like this.
midnight before
Right.
this apparent he got arrested
Right.
for domestic violence. So it sucks, but it's like he was drunk. Apparently, he was obviously drunk when we
Yeah,
left
but
the
drunk is
event.
not an excuse for domestic violence.
It's
Like,
not. It's not.
so it's
So
like I mean, I'm sure he would have done that regardless, but he
yeah,
may have went a little too far when he was drunk. So
yes,
yeah.
which sucks. But yeah, apparently he's a fighter, and yeah, I guess that's what fighters do, right? It's worse when you're a fighter, though, right?
No,
The
it's not.
punishment is worse.
No.
No, I'm saying the punishment
Oh yeah,
because
because you're a lethal weapon.
You're lethal. Your
Yeah.
body is a lethal weapon.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hopefully, I don't know. It gets situated out,
Yeah.
and the damage wasn't too
Or he just
crazy.
goes to jail. That would help. I
No,
would just
yeah,
send him to jail.
I don't know any of the details of what I'm
Right.
saying. Like I hope his wife is okay. I
Right.
hope that that situation sorts itself out
Right.
for everyone. But yeah, that was
The last person you
definitely
talk about. Did you hear about R. Kelly? Didn't R. Kelly get like convicted or something? I don't know what happened. I've just
he
seen a lot of
did. Yeah,
memes. But didn't he
the
like? Is he
memes
guilty or
tell you
something?
everything.
Right. I'm like, that's
That's why you
listen.
have to watch shows now as soon as they come out, because once the memes start coming out, it's like okay. Like I feel bad for
Right.
anyone who hasn't watched Squid Game at this point.
Right. So you're done.
The meme game
You're
is
done.
strong.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know what happened to him, but I think apparently he got sentenced.
Yeah, he got sentenced.
Right. All I saw was like jokes
Good.
about 100 years. I don't know if
Good.
that's what you know what he really got.
I don't know what he got.
Can you
Honestly,
look? I'm sorry. You're good at like you got little girl fingers and stuff. You fact find.
Listen,
These are my
listen,
excuses,
Linda.
so I don't have
Listen,
to do it.
Linda.
I try to compliment her. Oh my,
Listen,
she should do
Linda.
it. My mama named Linda. Don't just say Linda.
Oh,
No, I'm kidding. Linda. Who
Linda.
else in here in the comments? Of course, my baby in
He
here. She out here
he
supporting.
faces life in prison. Okay.
So he didn't get.
R. Kelly
So
is
he didn't
marked with
get.
stunning fall. Da, 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 da.
Didn't happen yet.
Yes, it hasn't happened yet, but he's
Okay.
been convicted, so he's been.
Yeah, but he has to be sentenced.
He
Okay,
has
I got
yet
it.
to be
So yeah, they're just
sentenced.
making extra jokes for no reason. Anyway,
Oh
so
wait.
yeah, so yeah. On top of that, like it's like I've been joking, but I literally have just I've had no time. It's the new adjustment to
Yes.
I have my son now full time when Anna goes to work. So I have him trying to run the business, and I'm overwhelmed.
Right.
So
And why do you think change is so impactful?
it's
Like
just
what is it for you that if you had to think about the root of what it is, because we're always faced with new things every day.
right.
What is it about not just the change, but yeah, what about the change is it for you that is so like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, or not even I can't do this, or this is a lot.
Yeah, well, that's the hard part is admitting it's a lot. Because
Mhm.
for me, I don't know if people like me. You don't want to admit that it's too much. You don't want to ask for help. You don't want to say, "Oh, I'm
But
not doing good."
when does it get
But
to be too much?
well, when things are slipping through the cracks and you're feeling overwhelmed, and I think just with change, it's getting a new schedule. It's adapting to the new change, and I think that's what makes it difficult.
Mhm.
And so for me, like I go into everything like I got this. I can do this, and I still feel like I have it, but I have to admit that things are slipping through the cracks.
Like what?
My
Like what?
health,
What's like the first thing you notice that slips through the cracks for you?
personal life. First of all, personal life goes out of the like I need just a little time to at least meditate to kind of at least, get my brain in order, make a plan. When that leaves, that's the first step. And then when things just start slipping through the cracks, like when I'm like, "Oh, I forgot to damn it, I was like when I get into that space, that's when I'm like, all right, I need to like make a schedule. I need to figure this out.
Mhm.
And that's just been happening everywhere, like professionally, in my personal life, health wise. Like I need to go to the doctor. Like my body literally feels like it's disintegrating,
Mhm.
but like I can't. Like I just don't have time to go to the doctor. I've been sleeping on the couch, which sadly to me, I know when my dad got cancer, like I know he was on the couch for a while and like he had pains and like, and I feel scared that I don't want to just lay and wait to the last minute and it gets
Right.
out of control. So I feel like I have that in the back of my head. Like, don't just sit here thinking it's okay. Cause in our heads, like we think as men, especially Southern men, I don't know all, but we think it's going to go away because that's what it's done our whole life. If something
Right.
gets sore, we stretch it out, we do some workouts, it's gone.
Right.
But when you get older, it's like really signs of like something's not right. But
Mhm.
we're kind of waiting for it to just go away. So in all, man, all of that is really just, it it all just kind of becomes a mental anxiety in my
Mm.
head of like things that I need to do because really most anxiety comes from you not dealing with shit.
Right.
So, when I'm sitting here thinking about, man, I gotta, I have to, that just drives me crazy all day. So,
Right.
that in a nutshell is where, the insanity comes from. And then but I have to smile and be daddy. Like,
Mhm.
so, and then the hard part about that is when Anna does get home and I have time to focus, now the distraction of the family in the house is there and it's like
Right.
Anna wants to talk to me and I have to be a fiance
Yes, you do.
and then my stepson, my son, I hate saying stepson, my son is there, he wants to tell me about school and tell me about football and I have to kind of be a dad, but at the same time I want to tell them sorry, I need to focus, and they
Mhm.
usually say okay, but I can't do that every day.
Right.
So that in the back of my head is also now I can't focus because they're here. I don't know. It's a lot of
And
things.
it
So
and it builds up. It
right,
builds up, and I think even as I'm a single person, I've been
kinda. I mean, can
I've
we
been
say it
single.
may
Okay,
somebody like
I'm yes,
look,
I've
Kai out here dating somebody. Like you know what I'm saying? Like this ain't just like usually like she'll tell me like it's been a week and he shitted on himself at the bar. Like what? How did
no.
that happen? Like but
Metaphorically.
right, no, like literally, like he just pooped, like, and she was like, I can't do this, and
No,
I was
I
like,
could
no.
not. I have never said that.
No, she hasn't. But this other dude is holding strong, so we excited right
It's a
now.
new
We
guy.
excited right now. If you in
He's
the DMs, step up your game, because you know what I
right,
mean.
right. Because this guy came through dripping.
Dude's dripping. But anyway,
With,
so
but
anyway, we
anyways,
won't talk too much about that
we
because
won't talk too much.
it's just a nice moment right now.
Yes.
We'll see where it goes.
But even with that, it's adjusting to that. So I'm coming off of just finishing an amazing project that lasted most of the year. And then I kind of went through that. Oh, I don't have to do that anymore. So
Right.
now I have like this time again on my hands. And then there's these other projects that I'm doing.
So where's the change that happened for you? Is it after the project that change now?
It's after the project, but it's also I'm doing other projects that are new.
Mhm.
I'm stepping into a lot of newness, a lot of good it's all good change, but a
Right.
lot of new things. Things that I'm not as experienced in, things that I want to get better in and that I have great opportunities to explore. But nonetheless, it's not my like the life that I've known up until this point. I've been a dancer and choreographer for over 13 years, and that has been the life that I've known. So the past maybe 2 years have been a lot of change in what I'm doing with my time and where I'm at and on all that stuff. So that has become a little overwhelming in the sense of my schedule looks different and what I do day to day and also procrastination, dealing with my own procrastination
Right.
and being
Do you feel like
self-motivated.
you procrastinate a lot? Or you
I do. I do. And I've read like I've watched like TED Talks and stuff. And you guys can in the comments, please, if you've dealt with this, let us know. And I've
just do it? I mean, there's no way around procrastinate. Just do it. Stop putting it off.
Yes,
Do
but
it.
there's this thing of I've watched like TED Talks on it on
Right.
like procrastination and creativity and things like that. Um and a lot of people thrive on procrastination. I am one of those people. I do feel like I thrive on
How
procrastination.
do you thrive on
Like
explain that?
I will lock in
Yeah.
and get it done every time. And I've always
But
been like
no, but
this
I'm
since
saying,
I was a kid. I
but
was
how does
like
it have
this.
to do with like you procrastinate and then you go hard?
Like
Is
if
that what
I
you're
knew
saying?
I had a month to do something,
Right.
I will
Procrastinate.
I will innately wait
Right.
knowing that I have to do it and it'll stress me out like, "Oh, I should do something
So you
for
can go
it."
hard.
And then when it's like that 12th hour,
Right.
oh,
You go
I'm
hard.
locked in.
Right.
I'm
Like
so
say
locked in.
I'm the opposite. I like to like I have the only time I procrastinate is when there is a problem. Like if there's a problem and it's like, for example, like I just had one of my last headshot sessions, right? I
Mhm.
didn't fully love the photos, right? And
Mhm.
so I procrastinated a little bit on sending them to him
Mm.
because it was like like, and so I procrastinate out of that. But I usually like to get things done early so I have time to relax, right? I don't like to feel stressed in the moment. I like to clear my head of
Right.
everything, so I usually try to handle it so I can kick my feet up and relax. I like to live a relaxed life. And so
Yeah.
for me, like I really procrastinate when I'm not when I know there's going to be a problem. Like if I have to tell a client or or if I tell like being here, if I have to tell, Alex, I broke something. like, like I'm gonna want to put that off. Like so I procrastinate
Right.
for that reason.
Oh,
But
okay.
you do it strategically, like
No, but it's not even like I'm doing it intentionally. I
right,
just noticed that about myself. Like it is hard for me to sit and also too the lifestyle that I lead is very all over the place
right,
physically. Like I'm physically moving from place to place.
right,
So the idea of me sitting down and writing something, sitting at a laptop and writing stuff out, and that's a lot of the new stuff that I've been doing,
right.
is very daunting. Like
Mm.
I will sit there and then I'll check my Instagram. And then I'll do everything else. I'll FaceTime. So it's like I'll do everything to get out of what I need to do.
right.
So what I've noticed for myself
So,
that helps.
right,
And I don't know if this helps other people. And actually I read about it after I started doing it and how it is actually something that does help people. But I'll like practice the guitar. I'll like watch a movie.
hmm,
I'll eat something and then I'll start working.
right,
So it's almost like this reward system of
yeah,
like, let me get my creative juices kind of going
mm,
and then I can sit and like do what I
and
need
then
to
get
do.
it done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, I cringe. I cringe when it comes to that, responding to emails,
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it because if I don't, it sits in my head because I feel anxious. I have anxiety, so the anxiety is worse for me, like
Right.
than procrastinating. Do you feel like you get anxious? Do you get anxiety of?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes,
that
and
drives me crazy. I hate
good
it.
change causes anxiety too,
Right,
you know? And then it's like, well, why? Why is it good? Why would this cause anxiety?
right, because it's scary. Like
It's
you don't know what to
scary.
expect. Right? It's like it's a whole new. It's a new world. Right?
Well, I
So
have a question. Have you ever been afraid of your own success?
never. Like I never understood that. I would literally cry waiting for that success. I suffered more from probably being a little too confident and not like
Uh,
like and not getting to the success. Like like but I've never been afraid of the success. Like
um,
so I don't know. Or
I
have you?
have. Yes, I have actually.
How? Like explain that. I don't understand it.
I
I
have
don't
felt,
understand.
and I had to break it down for myself. There was a point in time where I was almost self-sabotaging
Right.
myself
What?
before
I don't understand.
I would attain, like, I would be this close and I would self-sabotage it. Even
Right.
maybe in relationships. We
Yeah.
talked about relationships earlier, and
Yeah.
maybe I can be like, I want to control what's happening in a
Yeah.
relationship. We talked about this. I'll put myself out there.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
She crazy.
I'm not crazy. What do you mean?
Like anybody with that little with the sweet voice, that's how Anna got me with the little
I'm
sweet voice.
not crazy. You're Wedding Crashers when she's like, "I'll
Find
find you."
you. It's like the best line.
Well, yes, I used to self sabotage, and then I had to really sit myself down and say, like, "Yo, this is what I want." Especially in my dance
Yeah.
career, I was like, "Yo, this is what I want. I want to be a dancer. Like,
I
why am
just
I
no.
not doing this?"
I just like it's like
Well, you know
it's
what it
like the
is.
mentality of like if you know you're going to succeed and you're afraid of yourself being in that position, but why? Like, are you afraid of
Yes, but you're afraid of succeeding because once you attain this level of success,
then what?
exactly.
Okay, so
Then
yeah,
what?
that's look. This is the
Now what?
this
Now I've done it.
this is
Now what?
this is what started the relationship conversation earlier because I'm not gonna say what it was pertaining to, but she was like, then what? And I was like, just enjoy the moment, like stop worried about what's next. Like
Right.
it will happen, it will
Right.
come. Like, and if you do reach that level of success, like the what will come. Like
Right.
you actually, if you are successful now, you can choose whatever you want to do. Like
Right. And that's what thankfully I got past that
right,
hump. But it was definitely something I was dealing with early on, just because you have these dreams and goals, and
hmm
you think you can attain them, and then you're kind of told maybe you can't. And
right,
so I realize it's easier, and you can check to see with if you feel this way about yourself or if your friends feel this way. Check in on your circle and see how people feel about their success level. But it's like, when you don't achieve, when you're like right under your goals,
Mhm.
it always like feels like you have something to strive for,
Right.
and you have something to work for, and it's almost romantic.
So it's like
Like,
motivation. You need the
motivation.
motivation. Yeah.
Right. But once you achieve it, it's like, okay, now what? I did this. So now what else can I do? And before, the mentality was you reach the peak and then you have nothing else to reach for. But what I would challenge everyone to think about, which was what I started to thinking about, was what JD said. That once I reached the peak, it was like, oh, this is just one peak. Now there's another peak. Let me
Right.
go to the other, let me continue to
Just
grow.
feel it. I'd be
Yeah.
so deep in the journey, but that's maybe why I didn't reach the level of success in acting that I wanted to. Like, well, it was a lot of different things. First, there was just I was miseducated. I didn't know what to do. I
Of
had
Lauren
no
Hill.
idea what to do. Huh?
Miseducation
Yeah,
of
it was
Lauren Hill.
miseducation, and I live 100% in the moment, and so for me, like I get excited about just being in the moment. Like if I don't know, it's like, oh, well, we gonna see what's gonna happen. Like it's kind of exciting for me. So it also I maybe not be trying that hard to strive for something.
Right.
I'm just so in the moment. So in your mentality, you're probably just so focused and striving for something that's your motivation.
Right. It's your
I'm
everything.
just
So it's
going
like
with what feels good. Like
it's like,
what
yeah, when I achieve this one thing that I've wanted for so
forever.
long, now what happens?
Yeah, but
And
that's
I've had that feeling. I mean, I've had that feeling where it was like I did the thing that I was like,
right.
wow, I never thought I'd do. And then I did it. And then the next day you wake up like, okay,
I did that.
that was great.
See, I like
Now what?
but I don't think I've done that yet, and I feel like
Okay,
I
so
feel
what
like
is
I'm
something
happy.
what is like a dream, a goal of yours that if you achieve this, you will be like, yo, I can die tomorrow. I'll be happy.
Yo, peep this. Watch this. Watch this.
Yeah.
Finding Anna. I'll see you tonight. No, no. Listen, no.
Wait, go to my face.
No, no, I'm not.
Go to
No,
my
no.
go to my
Okay, fine.
Wait, now I can't
Okay,
now I
see,
can't see the face.
I hate it. I hate it. I blew that. Next time I'll go to your face. There you go. Anyway, but I can't really say that I've had it. Like it was my dream to be an actor.
Mhm.
Like literally, I've lived in LA. I've been an actor. I just haven't reached a certain pinnacle of success.
Mhm.
Right. So I can say I definitely have lived as an actor. I'm a working actor. I've done national commercials, but but I didn't reach that. I wasn't a household name, and I
Right.
would literally not be able to sleep, like almost in tears, excited about because I could feel it. I could feel myself
Mm.
being there. I could feel myself in that moment. I could feel myself, helping other people. And it's always just been a dream to be at a position to where I could just help other people. Like that's all I really want to do. Like that's the
Right.
life goal is just like I just want to help other people find happiness.
Right.
And so that was the goal that I would just stay up all night dreaming about and wanting and loving and wanting. And I didn't really reach that peak. It's not over yet, obviously,
Mhm.
but I didn't reach that peak, and I don't feel like I have that thirst for it anymore. Like I used to
Mhm.
literally, I couldn't sleep. Now I really just want to be happy. I just want to make money. So
Okay.
like, and that's just, and that's just the goal now is to keep taking the business farther and making money. So
Taking the production business.
yes, Productions, JD
So
Productions, shout out
so
JD Productions
shout
out
out
here.
JD Production.
My computer's died, so I don't have sounds today.
we taking it back old
Right.
school. So if your business was what is something that if your business did, you would be like, yo, this is this is this is what I've
Um,
wanted.
I think I want to just get to maybe like the six-figure a month point, to where I do have staff and I have people, and it's a little bit more like mailbox money where I can just
Mhm.
like send people out, and I don't have to do all the hard work anymore,
Right.
or just at least be at a position where I can outsource more.
Mhm.
Because right now I'm doing everything,
Mhm.
and so I think that is the goal at this point is just to get to a point where I have staff and
Right.
I can actually help other people get started in the business and teach them about the business
Nice.
and that's kind of the goal now. And just being a family man, I really enjoy being with my family. They drive me crazy, but it's a part of it, right? And I
Right.
think that's that's how it's supposed to feel because you care.
Right.
So anyway, what about you? What about
Yes.
you? What's the pinnacle now? I mean, you did Disney. I mean, what else is there?
No. Well, that's kind of where I'm at.
Right.
I'm dealing with this
Just
like, oh,
retire.
I've done no, I can't
Go post up with your parents.
retire.
Get you some home cooking.
There's there's a lot of new things that I'm doing, and that's what the change is for me, where it can feel overwhelming.
Mhm.
It can feel a little like, well, what is my direction?
Right.
What should I be doing? Am I spending my time productively?
Mhm.
I do feel like I am in generally spending my time productively. I'm also learning. I'm also
Right.
growing.
Are
I'm
you
not being.
enjoying it though? A little
I
bit. You're
am.
enjoying it,
I
right?
am. I am. I'm
Because I
enjoying
see
it.
your gram. I just see your gram looks like you enjoying it, but are you
I
really
am.
enjoying it?
I am. I just also get a little anxious and I
Mhm.
want to like
Control everything.
know what's up.
You want to
Yeah.
control
I want to
everything.
like know,
You're
like
you're such a little
with
sister though. You
dance
said it.
with dance I knew that, and I still dance, so it's not like I'm not dancing. I'm actually
Right.
working on something this weekend, which is
Right.
great. um but it's not just my everything anymore, so just learning to have grace with myself, learning
Right.
to have faith in God, and what is for me is finding its way to me,
Right.
and kind of leaning into that. So it's
Yeah.
just it's a daily practice, which
Yeah.
leads to
Um,
our
I'll take you back
next.
to one of my favorite things that I said from you, which actually is what made me feel like what we should do a show. It's just being happy and living in your abundance. I think that was
Yes.
one of your posts that said that, and it helped me
Yes.
because I I forget how blessed I am,
Mhm.
and I think I deserve these blessings. I've tried hard to be a good man and to be a good
Yes.
person, and while I feel like not everybody respects it, I do feel like my life feels comfortable
Right. And
and I
you
feel
deserve it.
happy,
Yes.
like you know what I mean, and I
We
and I
deserve it.
and
We
so
deserve You
yeah,
deserve it. If you're listening to this right now, you're watching this right now, I hope you know that you deserve everything good. You deserve it just because you were created. You're already validated. I always say that because that was the biggest thing that stayed with me. at a church sermon that I went to a couple years ago,
Mm-hmm.
when the pastor said, "Yes, you are. No man can validate you because you were created."
Or woman.
You know what I mean? So, or yes,
Yeah, let's not be sexist.
no man or woman, no human,
Can
no they,
validate you.
no they can validate you because you are were created, and that already is enough. So
Right.
you deserve all the things that are for you.
Right. What else we got on here? Shout out
Okay.
Sylvia in the building. Just a random side note.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the new artwork of Superman as a bisexual person? Like,
No.
I don't. But look, I was conflicted, but like it's a thing of Superman, and he's kind of like he looks like you almost like
Oh, he has the little
right, yeah, he
hair.
has the
I might
little
be
hair,
Superman for
right, like, and
Halloween or
if it
something.
continues, like, you can be Superman, and
Yeah,
but
I'll
he was
take it.
basically bisexual, and it's a picture of him kind of kissing a man or getting close to a man, and
What? Yeah, send me this.
so it's like it caused this big uproar, and I guess it's popped in my head, but I was curious of like what you felt about it, and I think what it is, because it's almost like, as Black Americans, you want to see yourself as a superhero, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're gay, all the letters, whatever, not whatever, but all
Did
the
you watch the
letters.
Dave? Oh, we'll gotta get into Dave
Yeah, we'll get
Chappelle.
into Dave Chappelle, but all the letters, and you would want to see yourself as a superhero as well.
Right.
And so I'm like, I respect that, but I think it's just because it's a sexual preference that makes it feel uncomfortable to talk about too soon for kids. Like, and it's not
Mm,
so much like it's wrong. It's just I don't really want to talk about sexual things too early,
that is a very valid point.
and it's like, and it's not so much like, because I remember we were trying to talk about how, when we were talking about like
Masculinity.
masculinity and everything, and it's really because it's a sexual choice,
Yes.
and I think that's what makes it seem like, hold on, slow down, like,
Right, because
and
we don't have. Yeah.
right, and but I don't want, but I try to understand, like, as a Black American, I want to see myself in things, I want to see myself on TV and in certain characters, and I understand that, and so I'm conflicted on how I feel. I don't know.
Right.
How do you feel? Like, I know
I
you haven't
mean,
seen the photo,
yeah, I
but
haven't seen the
does
photo, but
that
I would
feel
also
weird?
say, it's hard to be a parent nowadays.
No,
I'm not a parent, so I can't speak on it, but I can imagine,
no. Just personally, how do
because
you
I
feel?
would generally, because well, my comment would be
Yeah,
that I would just try and uh keep my kids away from that
yeah.
and that exposure until they were ready for it.
Shout out Varsha in the building, kinfolk.
Shout out Varsha.
Don't
That's
no
what that's
R,
what
no R. We
just like
say
I
Varsha. It's all
just
Varsha. No.
Bosh. Just like I would keep them away from certain music with certain cursing or
Right,
certain yeah, I would keep them away from topics and things that I wouldn't want them to be exposed to yet. Eventually they're going to be exposed to it
right.
because
And
they're
so you gonna lock
they're
them
in
away
the
in the
world.
cage? Or
No, I mean, if they're like 3 years old,
right,
I'm not, but it feels like, and again, I'm not a parent, so I'm just giving an opinion. It feels like those conversations would have to be had with your children a
right.
lot sooner than maybe you would want
But I
to.
mean, I know you say you're not a parent, but you probably gonna make the same decisions that you think you're gonna make.
Right.
So it's okay.
Right,
It's okay to have an
right.
opinion. You're like, well, I'm not a parent. I
I
can't
mean,
say
because I just
anything.
don't want people to be like, "Well, you don't even know what it's
Yeah,
like." I
because
don't know what it's like. You're right.
right.
I'm just
It's really
guessing
not
here,
that much
guys. I
different.
think we're
Yeah,
all guessing.
yeah. It's really not that much different. It's really just kind of, it's just a little human that you do have to shape and teach.
Right.
And that's what's easy to forget, because you want this little human to know everything, but you forget. Oh, I gotta I gotta teach
I
him.
got to do it.
I gotta show him that.
So I would
So
just say I think it's in the responsibility of the parents.
right.
I think I wouldn't blame people of a sexual orientation wanting to see themselves represented
Yeah.
and normalizing that, just like we would normalize seeing black people in certain lead roles. Just
Yeah.
like I just posted something in my story today where it was an interview with a Afro Latina
Hmm.
woman actress
Does she have
who
an afro, or just? I'm sorry. I don't know. Whatever. Go ahead.
she's a black woman that is Latina.
Okay.
Because they are black people are Latinos
But does
too.
she have an afro, or just?
No.
Okay. I just figured it would be ironic.
It would be ironic, but she is a woman, and she was speaking about how she would audition for Latin roles,
Right.
and they would tell her she wasn't Latin enough, and it's like, how are you going to tell somebody that, but it's
Yeah.
like
Stereotypically.
stereotypic. No, yeah, and in this country, in the two channels that are Latin, with Univision and Telemundo,
Mhm.
they have always portrayed Latinos to be blonde hair, blue eyes, brunettes, white,
Right.
uh
The lighter
people,
side.
the lighter side.
Yeah. Like everything. Everything is whitewashed. So
Right. So
you
it's
lighter the
super
better.
It's
It used to
super
be.
much in that in the Latin community. So she was speaking on that. But all of that needs to be normalized. So I
Yeah,
support all of that. However, I do
you
think
do.
it's in the space of the parents to make sure their
Yeah,
children.
let me see. Anna had a comment. Anna said, "So it's okay for young kids to see and read comic books with violence and killing." It's the oldest argument ever, but yes.
Right. I wouldn't exactly. I
'Cause,
wouldn't have my kids seeing that either.
yeah, I mean, I guess I would censor that as well. But it's something about sexuality is a little different than sex. Like, and there's sex in comic books, so I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, me as a parent,
Mhm.
not your choice, not everybody's choice. Well,
That's
Anna, it
their
is
choice.
your damn choice. We doing the same thing. But like all of that, I'm gonna keep away. Like
Mhm.
just at least for a little bit. Like at least I believe letting kids be kids, but definitely talking to them about things. But until he's at least 5 or 6, or he's interacting with other girls, like
Right.
or guys, like I don't know. I stay away from all that violence and everything.
Did you watch the Dave
Dave,
Chappelle show?
yeah, I saw the Dave Chappelle. It wasn't his
The
best, but I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it wasn't like the I wasn't rolling off on
Yeah,
my seat,
he
but
he equally offended everybody. Like as a black man, I felt like, ooh, that's kind of, ooh,
he went there.
like,
He went there.
right.
He went there. You know, one thing I'll say
And he
about
wasn't even that. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I interrupted you. Go ahead.
that he wasn't even that funny.
No, but I was gonna say he wasn't even that hard on the
LGBTQIA
yeah, but it was the specific the
trans
trans. Yeah, he wasn't even
community.
that bad. Like I think he was really explaining even about his friend that was trans. Like I don't know. I
Yeah.
didn't think he went that deep.
Well, I did see again, I
Mhm.
am not part of the community, so my
My opinion
opinions
is,
are just opinions.
but you're still gonna get it. You're
But
still gonna
I'm
get
still
this.
gonna give it to you. Well, what I was saying was that I did see someone transgender from the transgender community
Mhm.
speak out and say that it was something about him saying that and using like white trans
Mhm.
people as examples as
Right.
opposed to now you have in the transgender community the black community in the transgender community
Mhm.
and their reaction to him being a black man speaking on them. So
Some of
it's
it's
a
just touchy.
it's tough, it's
Mm.
touchy. We live in a touchy society right now. Also, too, I would say comedians have historically been granted grace to
Right.
say whatever they feel
It's
like.
comic relief, man.
It's
We
comic
need
relief.
comic relief.
I do feel like he said a lot of truths in
Mm.
that, as far as perspective.
Right.
Again, this is all about perspective. And
Right.
comedy is about perspective.
Right.
Comedy is about sharing not just your perspective, but some off the wall perspective that
Right.
and making it make sense.
Right.
So I would just say it's art also. It was creative. Art is meant to, what is it? Comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable.
Right. So you don't think he went too far. Shout out CJ in the building. CJ Kinfolk out here. My
Shout
page,
out.
like my people on my page out here. Where your
I
people
know
at?
my
Or
people
maybe
now. My people on your
am
page.
I on my page or your page? I don't even know what I'm
You're
looking
on
at.
your page.
Yeah.
They
Either way.
showing up. They showing up and showing out.
Shout out Chris. Chris in the building. But anyway, so you don't
Yeah,
feel like
Chris
he
in
went
your
too far.
building.
I
Chris
don't.
in your building, not in my building.
Right. Your building's
Wait,
whack.
what?
Yo-
No, you on the JD and Kai show.
oh, Emma? Okay. Whatever.
Okay, at least we
It's on
did.
both our pages.
Okay, so that means
Anyway,
we driving traffic to the show.
right. And if you haven't already on Facebook, follow. It's actually still the JD and Kai show. But
Don't flag us.
no, don't flag us, y'all. Oh no, like
Oh
now the guy who
no.
we actually did a show with before is just out here hating. So he actually flagged
Yeah.
a lot of our stuff on Facebook. But we
Speaking
not
of
tripping.
change,
You
yeah,
can't
we
stop
not
us. Like
tripping.
we
Yeah,
out here. We still ain't mad at you. But that's some fuck shit. Sorry, mama, if you watching.
right.
But
And we gotta call it how it is. 'Cause
we
at the
gotta
end of the
call it how it is.
day, we are two very real people. As
Right.
much as we joke around and laugh, like,
Right.
nah, we don't play that
And
shit.
here's the question though: if you're watching this, or if one of your spies are watching this, why? Like,
Why?
is it just to hate?
Just
Like,
move on.
just I don't want you to have no success.
It's
Like,
the
why?
ego. It's the
Why?
ego. It's ego. It's always it feels like that.
Right.
I don't know. I ain't projecting
Right.
onto anybody,
No,
but it is.
it's ego,
But
but
it's ego.
I
It's
think
pride
it's
and it's
the point of like I could mess up what you have,
yeah,
and
like you want to have an impact on somebody
yeah,
else's livelihood. That's not even our livelihood. Because
right,
like if we keep it a stack with y'all, like we do this off the strength of the love. Like
right,
we
yeah,
don't even make no money off of this.
right.
We're
No,
spending
it's
money.
coming though. It's coming.
I mean, right now. And by the way, please feel free to donate if you if you
Segue,
so find
segue.
it in your heart to donate to our cause, to the
Right,
show that we produce with love every week for you
right.
guys. And it's also therapy for us, right?
Right. Therapy.
What's our Venmo?
It's look. I was gonna see.
IYK
Yeah, yeah. Underscore
underscore
the
the
show
show
at on Venmo.
on
So
Venmo.
we have it on our pages and it's
A
everywhere. But
dollar goes a long way.
yes, a dollar goes a
So
long way.
that people like the ones we just spoke about
No,
that will remain
hatred,
nameless,
hatred.
you know,
Yeah,
can't come in here and try to flag
right,
our content that
right.
is
But is
ours.
this you can't block our blessings. We'll just say it that way. And we see you though. We see you.
We see you.
We
You
see
have
you.
been seen,
You see
and
you.
now you
Little
will be
attention.
unseen.
Yeah,
Okay.
unseen. Blink,
Now I'm a a
blink.
blink, blink, bitch. But no,
So
and just last thing I'll say about this, I think this is a pro and a con of having your own situation. I came on this project. JD reached out to me. He had a vision, and I shared the vision. I was down. And what's dope about having your own show, your own baby, is that you literally can grow it from the ground
and
up, and
mold
you
it. Yeah.
can mold it, and you can take on, and you can be creative with it. And but on the other side, doing it all by yourself. So we
Right.
literally do everything by ourselves. We set up the lights, we set up the cameras, the
The
microphones,
studio.
the
Yeah.
studio, we even finding the space. Now, we had a space, but due to creative differences or whatever you want to call it, again, egos and power trips and
Mm.
pride, we felt like protecting our baby and taking it elsewhere.
Right.
So now we have complete autonomy over it.
No.
It comes with good and it comes with the challenging, which is funding,
Right.
budgeting. We're putting our time and effort
Right.
into it. We both
But
have
you
different careers.
but I just thought about like how good it's gonna be when we're like on some syndicated network or possibly just our own network where it's just
Yes.
like just us and we're like, yo, remember when we were just talking? We were just talking.
We was just
We were just
talking.
talking, right?
Right,
We
we
were
was
just
just
talking.
talking. So, yeah, it's also we're two people that are also very committed. When we say we want to do something, we do it. Because we honestly we could have given up many a time. Even this
But
show, we were like, all right, what are we doing?
my
Because
cut.
we're
Sorry,
not
go ahead.
we're not feeling it every week. You know what I mean? Every week we have to come in here and do it. So, um, shout out to us.
Right.
I'm gonna give us our flowers. Shout out to us, and shout out to you guys too for sticking with us and like being here and commenting, because y'all give us the energy.
Right. Right. The
Y'all give us the
vibes. The
fuel
vibes.
that we really need. You know what I mean?
Look, she got her petty on right now. Listen,
Petty Crocker.
my cousin said he didn't understand his position. That's what I tried to tell him. Like, this is
Right.
like this is all beautiful. The studio was great, but the position that you had nothing to do with our show. Like, there was nothing
Right.
creative. There was no marketing dollars. There was nothing that you brought to the show except for the space, which was beautiful. It was
It
amazing,
was great. It was
and
great.
we
And you gotta
yeah,
people credit
give
where
him
it's
props
credit's
for
due.
that. It's black owned. I
It
don't
was
know, like
black
even though he
owned.
hating, I don't really want to support black owned people that hate on other black people for
No,
no reason.
but it's
But
okay, because
he did that. I
because
appreciate that.
everyone can eat. That's
Right,
why, because we can all eat, and I think that's what a lot of us in our communities don't fail to
right,
understand. We get so caught up in the pride and the ego and the me, and I want to be the only one, because for so long there was only one seat at the table available
right,
for a Latino person, for a black person, for an Asian person, for an Indian. There's only been like one seat, if that.
right,
So now it's like, no, we got to change that mentality, because you know what? I don't want to say just the white community, but the white community, they
right.
be all chilling.
Yeah,
If you look, all of Hollywood is run by like the Jewish community,
right.
because they put
Because they
on their
work as a
own.
community. Yeah,
They put their own on. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, yes, we can all eat. Much love and much positive energy to whatever that the company's got going on. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to bring too much
yeah, yeah,
energy,
yeah. Whatever
whatever.
y'all doing, we still
But
respect that.
we
Do y'all
still
thing.
support, respect everybody over there. No bad blood. It's just when you start seeing how people move and how people try to block your blessings when you're not even
Yeah, I'm not
dealing
even
with
trying to
the
like it's like yo like but to be honest, like I said, even if you all watch, I literally just forgot because I wanted to actually unlist them, but I just forgot. So like
yeah.
and even though they're sitting on our page, it's like this is how is that hurting you,
It's not. It
right?
ain't. It's
Anyway,
like
so
whatever. So that's
again,
that
that's a whole nother part of change and dealing with
change.
different things, right? And we've honestly both like this whole topic came from the fact that since we've been here, actually, we both had like the busiest weeks of our careers almost. And it's just we've been very overwhelmed. I have obviously a whole new schedule, and being overwhelmed and dealing with that. So even this little drama we talking about is very minuscule, but just thought
Very
we would
minuscule.
touch on that real quick.
Yeah, because honestly, we
But
haven't touched upon it.
right,
It's been around for a while now,
right,
and we never talked about it
right,
intentionally because it's not a factor.
right. It's not
But when if you're gonna keep calling people's attention,
right.
and
Yeah,
there's some real people, they're gonna address you
right.
as men and women
Yeah,
do. So at the end of the day, y'all could keep doing what y'all doing, but it's only bringing that karma right back to you.
right,
We're gonna keep moving how we've been moving.
right.
Honestly,
Unaffected,
with
unaffected.
positivity. We do this show because we love it. We do this show because we love talking about these things that are important to us.
Yeah.
We love
And just having this
relationships.
conversation with you guys, like
Yeah,
just being somebody you can talk to and talk about things that that you don't normally talk about. And
right.
I think like I've always been that person in my friend group was like, when's the last time you pooped? Did it feel funny? Like like I don't know, like you don't always talk about that
You
because
didn't poop
people.
today.
I haven't. I don't poop much. Like it's because I'm not full of shit. Oh, you see what I did? No. Anyway, Mama, I'm sorry. You've been watching this, and I feel like I've cursed quite a few times.
See,
And I'm gonna get a
I
call
think
later
you're
on.
cuz is it Clydell?
Yeah, what's CJ? We
Clydell,
call him
CJ.
CJ. Clyde.
CJ said
It's like again, it's
Clyde.
Clyde. We're country. Clyde,
CJ
Vasha, all of
said,
that.
"I think the feel of the studio fits more than the last one."
Right.
Than the last one. Yes, yes, yes. I
Factual.
agree.
I like
I
that,
agree.
CJ.
Yes, that's very true.
Right.
Yeah, today it felt a little more cozy because
Right.
we've been feeling kind of like
Right.
too.
Right. But it's because obviously like due to time, like being in the studio, like we shared with actual Alex, so he's been working. So we get like 30 minutes to set up. So literally I've been like what I call like 5 heartbeats. I'll be coming in like bing, we're set up, go live. Hey, like it's just like
Right.
it's just been a lot. So
Today we were a little more settled.
right. So we've kind of got the setup a little bit better. We actually had it set up. We had time to actually sit and go,
Yes.
and then start the show. So we haven't had that. So it's just a matter of change. Like, and it's getting used to the change. It's getting used to the new setup. I'm not to call her out, but she was here on time today, and that's cool. That
Yeah.
always helps out.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I have some
Some lessons.
some things for us to keep in mind
You
when we
got it.
feel overwhelmed.
Oh, did we
Right?
get a
'Cause
challenge too? Didn't you have a
we're gonna get
challenge?
a challenge at the end.
Okay. All right. We
We'll have
getting
a
there.
challenge,
We
but we
running out of
getting
time.
there. We're
We
running out
running
of
out of time.
time. Want to keep us on time today.
Right.
So boom, and then you guys can chime in with what
Look at
you
my
feel.
mom talking about you good, baby. Like
Yes, yes,
like,
mom.
it's like,
Yes,
but it's like,
thank you.
but
It helps
but
a
my
lot.
mama don't really talk like that, so it's kind of funny. You good, baby? Like she don't really
What does
say
she
that. Like
talk like that?
I
How does
don't,
she talk?
I don't know. She was just like she's sweet. Like she's like that. Almost kind of has like kind of that hood mama vibe. You good, baby? Like but my mom's real sweet, but she is kind
uh,
of, but she's hood. She gangster. Don't play no games.
come
Like all
on.
4 of her brothers don't play with her. Nobody
Amen.
plays with her.
I love it.
And but anyway, I just
I
thought I'd
love
point
it.
that out.
Well,
Thank
a
you, mama.
mother's confirmation is all I need to. So
Right,
yes, thank you, mom.
right.
And I got vaccinated for you. So yeah. I don't want to play these games. Okay, so if you guys are feeling overwhelmed or feeling stressed, whether it's good change, bad change, any type of change in your schedule, in your life, in your health, these are some things that you can just take in mind, take into consideration that can help. And one, take a deep breath and step away. So if you're in a situation and it feels stressful, or you just find yourself in a moment it's overwhelming, take a deep breath and step away. If you're feeling overwhelmed or anxious, take a quick way to begin to alleviate those feelings is by doing breathing exercises. Yes. One I found recently was if you take 2 breaths in, like if you go like and then exhale.
Yeah.
So it's like
That's meditating. So when
you
you
break your breath into 2 and
Yeah.
then one long exhale.
Yeah.
Try that. That it does help.
Yeah.
It helps like slow down your
I learned it slightly different. I learned to inhale just a few seconds longer than you exhale. So it's more of a like it's different.
Okay.
It's a different, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same.
So
It's like it's meditation. Meditation.
Try
tricks.
those and let us know what y'all think.
Right. I almost lost my breath.
Yeah. Don't pass out.
It didn't work out in my head. Anyway, go ahead.
Because that's my answer to everything. Whenever I was telling JD earlier, I was like, whenever I feel anything, I'm like, I'm just gonna go to sleep.
No,
it's like I have thinking about all this stuff. You know
like,
what?
look, you like
I'm gonna go to sleep,
like
y'all.
I can't. Do you go to sleep that fast though? For real? Anna be like, all right, I'm
I
going
would
to sleep.
take some melatonin and call it a day. That happened to me the other night. I was like, why am I thinking about this? melatonin. I'm
What?
going
Like,
to
so
sleep.
so you're a drug addict, crazy drug addict. So, but no, but Anna would like, we'll be like, all right, you ready to go to bed? She'd be like, yeah. And she gone. I'm like, yo, hey, you there? How you
That's a
sleep already?
talent.
Like,
I wish I had that talent.
she's amazing when it
That's
comes to sleep.
great.
Like,
I
she's a
love it.
magician. Like, she'd be like, sleep. What? How?
I love it. That's
Anyway,
great.
continue.
Okay,
Sorry.
so also create a no list. Interesting.
Okay.
Create a list of things you are like no about.
Okay.
Right? That's something else.
No,
Be kind to yourself.
I love
That'll
myself.
be one that's linked to the challenge.
I'm amazing.
Affirmations.
Powerful.
Affirmations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can do this.
Ask for help from a loved one.
Help me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to Quavo this.
Help
No, who's the
me.
dude? Who's the dude on the Migos? Who does the little the ad libs?
Help me.
No, I know, right?
Help me, please.
What's his name? Is it
Help me.
Quavo or is it the other one?
Not Offset.
Is it
It's
Offset?
all
Okay,
of them.
I think it's Quavo. I don't know. Anyway,
It's all of them.
I'm Quavo on your
They're a
joints.
little more aggressive.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
Let me try to
Let's
be
see.
aggressive.
Create a no list.
No list.
First of all, I'm sorry, you guys' ears right now must have popped with that.
Okay.
Okay, so it says be kind to
move on.
yourself.
We did a no list. All right.
And write it out.
Write it out.
Write it out. Then I have another one.
Okay.
Accept your anxiety. That's hard for a lot
Accept
of
it.
us to do. Be
Exactly.
accepting and aware. I'm anxious right now.
I'm overwhelmed right now. Things are falling through the cracks. I need help.
Right. I'm slipping. I'm
Acknowledge.
falling. I can't get up.
No.
Shout out DMX, RIP. Has fighting your feelings of overwhelming ever helped you erase them? Meaning, obviously, the opposite. Has acting like you not
Say that one
anxious.
again. Fighting the feelings
Has
of being...
fighting your feelings of overwhelm ever helped you erase them?
I don't get it.
No, like denying that you feel anxious doesn't help at all. So
got it.
accept that
yeah.
you feel that way.
Got it.
Change overwhelm inducing thoughts. Meaning, and I've spoken on this before, where it was like when, for example, in a relationship, right? If you see someone coming up to, like, if I see someone coming up to my man, a girl, and she's like being flirtatious and da da da, a negative thought will come in and be like, who is this? Right? But then you have to change that thought and say, no, but remember who you are, Kai. You're a bad bee.
Or, like I say to Anaface, is understand that that's your brain just making up stuff. Like,
yeah. That's the cute answer. But the real answer is, because you got to hype yourself up. I don't care who you are. You got, even outside of relationships, like even when you're like, for example, you hear about someone booking a job that you wanted.
Right.
The first thought is like, man, what happened? Why didn't I
get
the job?
Yeah.
But then you have to, go back to that and change the thought and be like, well, you know what?
They worked hard. They got it.
They got it. I'm happy for them. Let me be happy for them, and let me understand that what's for me is not going to miss me.
Right.
So it's a constant battle for us to change those thoughts. Okay.
Right.
Change your multitasking mindset.
Okay. I need to learn this one.
We need to learn this one.
Let's get this one.
So in changing that is organizing yourself in a way in which you allot time to different things and you kind of schedule yourself out and sticking to those schedules.
Right.
And I actually heard this from someone real special recently. Is this idea of compartmentalizing yourself, compartmentalizing how you
sorry.
Oh my god.
She really likes him.
No. Anyways, compartmentalizing how you deal with the different parts of your life, right? And sticking to that. So that's that. And we'll get into that later. Focus on right now, being present.
Facts.
That's important, right?
Facts. Oh wait, damn it.
Take a deep breath.
I forgot the Quavo. Deep breath.
Deep breath. Take a deep breath. Sorry, guys, we're having too much fun with it.
We're having too much fun. I think it's the petty shit got us going. We need to be petty more often.
Take action.
Yeah. Got that. Whoa! No, that's racist. That's racist.
My bad. That's action.
There we go.
Take action. Boom. So that's
Is that it? That's the list?
That's
okay. That ended. All right. So what's the challenge? We said we're gonna do a challenge to try to keep ourselves from being overwhelmed.
Yes.
If you do feel overwhelmed, like if you are not feeling overwhelmed, then you may need more to do. but it's very
Yeah,
common.
there you
It's
go.
very common, especially if you're adulting, especially if you have kids, if you have goals, you have a business, you have dreams. Like you're going to hit a moment of feeling overwhelmed,
Right.
and it's okay. It's a good thing,
Yes.
but it's really just trying to make sure that you know how to handle it, maintain, so you don't
You know
lose
what?
yourself
You know what? I just had
and
a
stop.
thought.
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off,
No,
but
but
I
you
did
did
it.
though.
I
It's
did
cool.
anyways.
Say,
I'm
do your
sorry.
thing. Do your thing. I do it all
So,
the time.
I just wanted to shout out. I know your mom's in the building. I
Mhm.
mean, my parents are in the
I
building
know.
too.
Earmuffs. Earmuff parents.
No, I want to say I want to shout out to the older generations because they didn't
No.
have podcasts that they could listen to.
No,
They had like
they just,
Oprah and
yeah.
Christina and like talk shows, but they didn't have like
They didn't even have
podcasts.
that. Oprah was still like my sisters. Like
That's
our
true.
parents didn't have
They didn't
anything.
have
They
anything
just
coming
would
up.
just feel crazy.
They were just like what? They would drink what is happening. So
Right.
they
Just
just had to figure it out. So
no help.
shout out to the older generation, the
Right. And
parents,
because
grandparents.
I know your parents probably went through some stuff, but my mom told me some stories. I'm like, whoa, like she didn't go through a dentist until she was like 30 something.
I
So
mean, I
like
can
she
imagine.
would just sit there with toothaches, like just and just rock.
Cause it's
Her
like,
brother would just sit there with her and they would just rock. Like
oh my
have
goodness.
you ever had toothache?
Yes, it's horrible.
Like you would just have to just endure until it just stopped hurting. Like
No. Nah, I just like felt my teeth right now hurting.
yeah.
But
Anyway,
you know,
so yeah,
but
they endured.
shout out to them because it's like they didn't have all this mental health awareness stuff that we
Right.
have now,
Right.
and
But we are.
they were going through more difficult
Yeah.
things. So
But I think we are kind of turning into some bitch though, just a little bit.
I know you
A
over
little
here
bit.
talking about I'm overwhelmed because Anna's at work and I have a
Listen,
baby.
no, that's real. That's real
That's
out here in
every
these streets.
woman. That's
Right.
every woman that's
It's
been a
not.
single mother.
It's not every man. They're single dads too. So
All
let's
right,
let's
whatever.
let's let's be respectful. But
Oh,
but
let's be
it's a
respectful. Okay.
difference between
Okay.
crying and saying I got this. But hey, I feel these
Okay.
things, but I
But
got it.
let's get to the challenge.
Okay,
What time
what's the
is it?
challenge? All right, everybody has to do the challenge. If you're in here, it's 5 people in here
Everybody has to
in
do
this
the
page,
challenge
I
in
should
this
say.
page. There may
Right.
be like 1 or 2 in the other pages.
No, there's like 30 on your page and 40
No,
on
there's
my
not.
page.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. You guys just don't see it.
Yeah,
Haha.
stop hating. Anyway, continue on.
Okay. So the challenge is
This better be good. I don't even know what this challenge is, by the way.
I want
I'm supposed to
everyone
know.
to write down, let's say 5.
5.
5 things that make you really happy.
Fuck.
Can you name them?
Fuck. Yeah.
Like what?
Let's
Let's
that's
write.
kind of tough.
Oh well, we have
Spending
this
time with
recorded.
my family. Obviously makes me really happy. Creating what I love, so shooting, doing photography, videography when the client is not insane. Just love in general, just like
Like activities, like actual things. Like I'll say
how
dessert.
you gonna
Dessert
block my
makes me
blessings
happy.
right now? How?
Because you're being all
But
like,
this what makes me happy. This is what make
okay,
these are
okay.
my things.
Go ahead.
All right, so let me see things. All right, I don't know. You fucked it up. I don't know.
No, go ahead.
Just
Love.
no. You
You
go. I
said
don't want to go.
love and peace
I don't want to go
and
no more.
happiness.
I don't want to go no more.
Love and happiness.
What? Give me yours, and I'll go
No,
off of
no,
yours.
no.
Because
Go
this is
ahead.
yours. I'm gonna let you go first. Because you didn't judge
Okay,
me. I feel judged.
Sunsets. I like watching sunset. I like the beach.
Sunsets.
I like
You know, cliche. Sorry, I just wanted.
no,
to hate.
I
I just wanted
really
to hate
do
on
like
one.
I do like sunsets.
Okay.
The beach. Yeah, hanging out at the beach. I like watching movies. I like eating dessert.
Oh, we gotta wrap up.
And like going for a bike ride.
Bike rides.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
You said spending time with family.
I like everything. To be honest, like I could be at an igloo in Alaska, and I'll be like.
Okay, but what actually that you do makes you happy?
Everything. I literally, I enjoy life, and like I know that sounds cliche as hell, but anything we do, I'm gonna try to have fun with it, and that's just what I do. Like,
okay, what in the past? Oh my gosh, you see, you have to direct.
But why don't
what in the past
everything
has made you? No, you have to. The point of the exercise is for you to
Okay, well,
identify.
I'm gonna write mine down and bring it next week because that's what we're supposed to do.
Okay.
This is the homework.
Well, the
I'm
homework.
gonna focus on
listen. There's a 3-part. It's 3-part homework.
Hurry up.
Okay. Number 1. No, we have 4 minutes.
I know.
It's a 3-part homework. Number 1, write down 5 things that make you happy. And like I said, they could be as simple as a sunset, listening to music, dancing by myself, taking a bubble bath, whatever. It's things that make you genuinely happy and that bring joy to you. Write them down.
Write them down.
Then
shout out my Uncle Dan in the building.
Yeah,
who taught me how to work these ladies out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just kidding. Go ahead. We're gonna continue.
Number 2, write down when the last time that you did any of these activities was.
Okay. So again, write down 5 things that make you happy. Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And then when was the last time you did these activities?
Yes.
All right, that is your assignment for next
Third
week.
part. No, third part.
Oh,
Third part
damn, this is
is
hard.
if it's been longer than 2 weeks since you did these activities, go out and do them during this week.
Right.
So if like for me, I said sunset. It has been longer than 2 weeks for me that I have sat and watched the sunset. So I will go out this week at some point and find time to watch the sunset with some ice cream in
Hint,
hand.
hint. New man. Hint, hint. So yeah, so that's it. We gotta get out of here. Literally, like I think Alex has a session at 7:30.
Okay.
So yeah, have those ready by next week.
Have those ready. You have your assignments.
Yes, please. Right back here, same time, Thursday next week. We want to hear from you. We
Yes.
need more activity. Make sure you share the page. Make sure you tell people about the show. Follow our the JD and Kai show page. We're gonna be changing it soon to if you know the show.
Yes.
But sometimes Facebook is weird.
Venmo.
And we appreciate all of y'all.
Donations,
Venmo
please.
us
We need your help.
at the IYKYK
_the
this
show.
show.
It's the acronym for if you know, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So any support is great. $2.50, whatever it is, we'll take it. We appreciate y'all, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
Thank
all right?
y'all.
Tell
Love
them
y'all.
something sweet while I click.
Bye. We love y'all. Bye, moms. Bye, family. Bye, friends. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
This is that awkward moment where it's
Thank you. Are we done?
I don't know. Okay.
Are we done?
I couldn't
Thank
find
you.
it.
Oh no, we're still not. We're still here.
I know.
We're still here.
I couldn't find the cursor. This is live.
Love you.
This is live. Leave.